too, and we welcomed you once again for this ceremony. So we would like you to invite to offer the official notice of Bhante Panamwela Wajirabuddhit's noticed, or his appointment notice to Bhante Wajirabuddhit Panamwela, because this is the greatest moment of this ceremony. He has been received this in Sri Lanka. So we thought that you're the best person to operate, to provide with much respect to Bhante Wajirabuddhit. We have placed the little official notice in the stage. So you may go ahead and grab it and then offer it to Bhante Panamwela Wajirabuddhit. Yes, hand it over. And this is sort of official offering and official recognition of his appointment as the judicial monk of the North America. Thank you, Mr. Congressman, Mr. Hank Johnson. That was very nice of you to come once again to this ceremony and spend some time with us. So next, we have some speakers lined up, and I know each one of you have your own story to tell. If we have to do that, I don't think that we will ever able to finish it up. So therefore, we picked some speakers for today, just kind of to represent all of us. It's not just one person who represents, they're telling their story, but they're representing all of us. So I would like to first invite Dr. Unil Perera, who was also a very pioneer of this temple. He has been with this temple, I think, almost ever since it's been started, if I'm not wrong. So I would like to invite, I think he's one of the best people to represent all of us and to give us a speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayesha. And our chief judicial monk of America, Wajirabuddhit Hamduro, Avsarai Hamdurone, and all our monks which we see every other day, and Congressman, Honorable Congressman Hank Johnson, and distinguished guests, and friends and family. So on this sacred Vesak day, we are gathered here in reverence and in gratitude to honor a very special, remarkable person, one who tirelessly dedicated his life and made a lasting impact across North America, not only North America, around the world. I'll say some things about that later. And throughout the global Buddhist community, that means. And to celebrate that well-deserved recognition bestowed upon him by the Malwatu chapter, that is the main Sri Lankan Siam Nikaya Buddhist Vihara, as Venerable Wajirabuddhit Thero by the Malwatu chapter. So that is the reason we are here today. And as one of his early devotees, I am very happy. It brings me immense joy and pride to be here today. And I am thankful to the organizers to give me the chance to talk to you. 3 weeks ago, Venerable Wajirabuddhit Thero received this prestigious title, Pravachana Kirti Sri Panyananda, and was appointed as the Chief Judicial Sangha Leader of North America, that is including Canada, US and Mexico. Following traditional Sinhalese customs, while acknowledging his humility, we may now respectfully call him as Georgia Bauddha Viharadipati Saha Nirmatru, එසේම Pannala Sivanak Arana Nirmatu Saha Viharadipati, Tripitaka Vedi, Samavena, Tripitaka Vedi, Gauravartha, Utturu Amerikave Pradhana Adhikarana Sanganayaka, Pravachana Kirti Sri Panyananda Panamwela Wajirabuddhit Nayaka Swami Mahanse. Now I am sure some of you wondering, what does this mean? So let me try to explain. If I am wrong, our priest can correct that. And Pravachana comes from Sanskrit, and some Sinhalese people might connect the words, but it means eloquent or skilled in Buddhist teachings, that is Tripitaka, and it denotes someone deeply respected for delivering Buddha's teachings with clarity and wisdom. Kirti refers to fame or renown. So together, Pravachana Kirti Sri honors an individual celebrated for their excellence in teaching Buddhism with clarity and wisdom, spreading the Dhamma throughout the world. That is what he has done. So that is a recognition of that fact. And to grasp the significance of this Pravachana word, I would like to think back to some time more than 25 years ago. Everybody, Sri Lankan culture, most of the adults know Balangoda Tripitaka Aggamaha Pandita Balangoda Ananda Maitriya Thero. He got the title Pravachana Visharada more than 25 or 30 years ago. So this is some tradition, and Balangoda Ananda Maitriya Thero is very well known worldwide. And as for Panyananda, so that name carries a historical and spiritual significance. It was chosen to symbolically connect our Buddhi Hamduro, that is Buddhi Thero, to Panyananda Thero, most venerable Agga Maha Pandita, Dr. Paravahara Panyananda Nayaka Thero. He was the chief abbot of the Padanagara Vihara when Buddhi Hamduro became a monk. So, in the Sri Lankan tradition, Buddhi Hamduro is the spiritual son of Panyananda Nayaka Hamduro. And not only that, Panyananda Hamduro was the student of the first Theravada Buddhist, not Theravada, any Buddhist monk who got a PhD from Cambridge. That is long time ago. So that is another achievement. So Buddhi Hamduro is in Sri Lankan tradition grandson of the Panyahara Vajirabuddhit Thero. And going back to Panyananda Thero, he was the first chancellor of the University of Ruhuna and professor of Pali at Calcutta University, India. And so the Buddhi Thero, the Sri Lankan lineage, which is what I said, Buddhi Thero was connected to his teacher, who was also a recognized person. And I'm sure all of you, our devotees, have various stories to say how well deserved this recognition is. So I can give you two stories. I can give a lot of stories, but because of the time, I'll give two stories. I'll tell you how we first met Buddhi Hamduro. I call him Hamduro. So in 2018, during a visit to Georgia Buddhist Vihara, from my high school Buddhism teacher, who was most venerable Saddharma Kirti Sri Tripitaka Upadhyaya Dr. Divyagaya Sasitero. He was talking to our Alabama chief priest Dhammaloka Hamduro and suggested that we should honor Buddhi Hamduro for his service. And Dhammaloka Hamduro tried for a long time, and Buddhi Hamduro was saying, I don't need titles. But after some time, both of them went to Sri Lanka. And Yasassi Hamdro was very well recognized senior monk. So they went to pay respect to Yasassi Hamdro, and Yasassi Hamdro directly asked Buddhi Hamdro, so it is time for you to be recognized. We need to do that. He could not refuse. So thanks to Buddhi, Dhammalok Hamdro and Yasassi Hamdro's devotion to the process, and also all the Buddhist leaders in Canada and US mainly. I don't know much about the Mexican Buddhist priests, but maybe there were some, that all of them supported this and petitioned the Kandy temple, and this is what happened. So now everybody recognized that. And so the one thing I remember is when I heard that finally he got that, I still remember his first comment when I congratulated him. First thing he asked is, how do you know? I said, oh, I know things. And he said, oh, please keep quiet. So that shows his humility. And so this honor, Buddhi Hamdro did not accept that for prestige or honor, and with quiet humility. So that is why I am saying what he did. He did not want this title. This is because other people were willing to do that. And a more personal story. Srima and I we did not have a Buddhist temple. We used to go to the Thai temple for our kids when they were small to start a Dhamma school. So one day the Thai priest called me and said, there is a Sri Lankan monk who wants to meet the Sri Lankan crowd in Atlanta. Would your devotees mind if I invite the Sri Lankan priest? And the devotees agreed, and the main devotee who was doing the dana was Palita and Chitta Vidanagama. They are still here. And that is how we are here. So that is the first day we met Buddhi Hamdro in 1998 or 9 something at the Thai temple. And then Buddhi Hamdro from that time onwards was thinking that he wanted to establish a Buddhist temple in a place where there is no Buddhist temple. He was stationed in Los Angeles at the time after staying in Cambodia and Thailand and all that. So he came here, and thanks to Mrs. Shanti Vijay, a property was brought few miles from here, and all our families with the kids, we used to come directly from the Thai temple, Dhamma school to that place and fix it up. So a lot of families helped. So it became a habitable place, and that is how we started. And so that you will hear some of the first Dhamma school kids on a video. We said to them 1 minute video, but absolute maximum is 2 minutes. So you will have only 5 minutes of that. So don't worry. But they gave me 15 minutes. I'm going to cut down some of the things and come short. And so Buddhi Thero, you will see, listening to that, and you heard something from Ayesha, what type of positive guiding light he has been in our lives from our children's small ages. Now they are adults. What you guys are seeing will be adults having their own lives established, well established throughout the US, but they were in the Dhamma school as those small kids. And then one thing about that is they still remember what Buddhi Hamdro said. Sometimes some practical things, my son or daughter talk to me and I tell something. Then they ask me, Dad, does that agree with the Buddhism we learn? 100%. Then I have to think and explain how it is. So that tells them they still remember that after. And our Justin is here. Justin knows my kids that you used to be here for a long time, and you are here too. So I know you. You too know what I'm talking about. And so now there's another question. Buddhism teaches not getting attached to things. So somebody, if you are thinking guys, might be thinking, is there a problem here with the attachments? So there is no attachment problem in this one. Why? So Buddhism is not something only for afterlife. It is for this life too. There are different sutras. And to be present life, be successful and happy is something Buddha has said. So Buddha also taught the importance of respect. Mangala Sutta, you heard this before. Mangala Sutta verse 2 says, Asevana cha balanam panditanam cha sevana puja cha pujaniyanam etam mangala muttama. Puja cha pujaniyanam, that means honoring those worthy of honor. Etam mangala muttama, this is the highest blessing. So that is something in Buddhism. So what we are doing is what Buddha has preached, saying to do. And so this is not, so honoring those who serve selflessly, that is the important part, is not just appropriate, it is a spiritual act and source of blessings for the entire community. And tradition of bestowing honors, that is not something new, not something Sri Lanka just started. Buddha did that. Lord Buddha had Sarayut and Mugala, and they were the chief disciples of Buddha. And Lord Buddha has Ananda Thero as the personal assistant and the spokesperson. So Buddha, and they have a lot of other who was more prominent for Dhamma discussions and all that, so I am not going to go into details. And after that, Sri Lankan kings have followed through too. So two famous priests who became, those days they called Sangha Raja. Raja means king, but now they don't call king because we don't have kings. But the king, those days, king's time, king can give any title he wants. Nobody can question. So Totalame Sri Rahula Thero, a famous Sri Lankan priest, and Velimita Sri Sananankara Thero, another one. They both were appointed as Sangha Rajas. And Velimita Sri Sananankara Thero was another priest during Rajasingha, King Rajasingha's time, started the Buddhism again. Buddhism has been going back and forth, getting gone away because of the other people coming in from that. So that is the, so getting back to what does this title mean for Wajirabuddhit. The best thing I heard is they had a post award ceremony at Panamwela Vihara in Sri Lanka. So one of the senior monks said, so I am going to quote what he said, the title is not a responsibility, hence it should not be a burden. It is a recognition of a life already lived in service. And this title confirms what many of us have known for years. Venerable Wajirabuddhit Thero has dedicated his life to the spiritual, cultural and social upliftment of our communities across North America and Sri Lanka. So tonight we celebrate not just a title but a legacy. May his recognition inspire each of us to follow the path of service, humility and wisdom, so beautifully embodied by our beloved Mahathero. So we are truly blessed to have a leader who is patient, humble, devoted and accomplished, now recognized on a global scale. It is with heartfelt pride and joy that we honor him today and welcome him back as the Chief Judicial Monk of North America. So let us all come together to offer our deepest gratitude, respect, blessings and congratulations to the founder and chief abbot of Georgia Buddhist Vihara, founder and chief of Pannala Sivanak Arana, and Chief Judicial Monk of North America, Pravachana Kirti Sri Panyananda Panamwela Wajirabuddhit Nayaka Thero. May he continues to guide us on the noble path of wisdom, compassion and peace. good evening and thank you for listening.